Okay. Well, I decided to document my little project. I am just wrapping up a journal I made for my friend Cheryl. We worked together, and along the way I had to build a couple of pieces of equipment. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I had to build a book binding frame for sewing the pages, and then I also had to build a vise to hold the book so you can glue the spine and work with it that way. And also it's called a bone tool. Anybody in crafting will probably be familiar with that. It's so you can get nice creases if you're folding paper or spreading glue or anything like that. Alright. Boy. So here's the journal. It's a little close. So the journal, the cover I made from a bag I got from our local thrift store. And as you can see, I sewed them together to make the spine and the rest of the cover. Wow, this is really close. And as you can see, it's like a parchment paper, kind of a thick stock. Definitely kind of more on the rustic side of things. Not as refined as I was hoping to go for, but all in all, I think it turned out pretty good. Okay, so this is the first thing I had to build. And this is so you can stitch the pages together. See these little hooks here. You take your thread and you come down to the holes and go up and down, and you have three wax linen pieces of thread that you put the pages on, and it's like this, and you can stitch your book together. So I had to build that in order to get the book sewn. And then this was pretty cool. I actually just built this today. Is a very makeshift vise. Basically, you tighten it by tightening the wing nuts down on the bolts, and it tightens it up. It's primitive, sort of, but it actually works really, really well. And when you have it adjusted the way you want it, you set it up. You set it up here, and you can work on the spine, or you can flip it over and trim the pages. And it seemed to work pretty good. I used it this morning. So the last thing this was actually one of the first things I made, but the last thing I'll mention was this. This is a piece of scrap walnut I had laying around, and I made it's called a bone tool. And it is bigger than the ones you would typically be able to find, but I made it that way because I like it bigger. It feels really good in my hand, and you really get a good nice. You can get a really good nice pressure to make good creases, and also I've been using it to spread glue out thinly between two pieces of paper. And so yeah, I'm actually getting paid for this journal, $20. And if everything had come together the way I wanted it to come together, the value of this journal would probably be double or triple that. But it's a learning process, and that's the reason why I agreed to make a journal for $20, because I knew I would make mistakes and have good opportunities for learning. So let's talk about what I like about this journal and what I don't like about it. Well, the first thing I really, really like is how the cover turned out. It has this really nice texture. I did kind of an X stitch on it to get the two pieces to come together. I debated about overlapping them and gluing them, but I thought that would look pretty bad, and I really like that texture a lot. I really like the pages. It's really easy to flip through. The pages are nice and tight. and I like the paper. The parchment paper feels really good, and I think it looks really good. Unfortunately, the paper is really thick, so I wasn't able to get as many pages in the book as I wanted to, because the thickness of the book was just about as wide as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a comfortable book to carry. I didn't want it to be too thick. So the pages limited this book to be under 150 pages, which is unfortunate. I wanted there to be at least 200, but that's life. The other thing I don't like, that I would definitely fix on my next go round, is the trim, how it folds over. Some places I didn't leave myself enough material to make it work properly. Trying to find a good example of that. Right here is a good example. I just didn't give myself enough material to make it all the way over, which is really a shame. If I would have calculated better, I probably could have made that look better. And then the end pages, I tried trimming them, and it looks better than my first attempt, but didn't quite turn out. And then I wasn't able to even make an attempt on the top or the bottom because I did a couple things in the wrong order. So, it's learning experience, but I'm hoping to make the next one out of even a better and thinner paper. Would be more designed for fountain pen journaling, and the cover I'm hoping to actually use real leather, and I really want it to turn out very good. Alright, thanks a lot, and hope you enjoyed my little experiment here.